Welcome to Module 1C, Client Interview. By the end of this module, you will understand how to conduct a thorough interview with taxpayers. This module is broken up into 4 sections: talk to the taxpayer, interview tips, recap, and then we'll end with a knowledge check. So, how do you talk to the taxpayer? As soon as you greet a taxpayer, first thing you should do is ask to see a taxpayer's photo identification. Reviewing a photo ID is an important precaution that is necessary to deter identity theft. For married couples filing a joint return, review the photo ID for both taxpayers. Next, ask to see the taxpayer's Social Security card as well as the Social Security card for everyone who will be on the return. The tax return must be prepared using the correct Social Security number and the person's correct name as shown on their Form 1099 SSA, their Social Security card, their Medicare card, or any other document administered by the Social Security Administration. While entering names and numbers sounds easy, incorrect names or Social Security numbers are a big cause for rejected tax returns and inevitably delayed refunds. So don't make that mistake. If the taxpayer does not have a Social Security number, ask to see their ITIN, Individual Taxpayer Identification Number. It's in the form of a letter or a card. An ITIN is a tax number issued by the IRS to those who cannot get a Social Security number. Note, if a taxpayer does not have a Social Security number or an ITIN, talk to your site coordinator. They're allowed to make some exceptions for long-time returning clients, but that is an exception and should be rare. What are some interview tips? Discuss and clarify all of the documents provided by the taxpayer and all entries on the intake form. Give the taxpayer the opportunity to provide more information, offer explanations, and ask questions. So what does that mean? Don't ever assume you know the answer. Discuss all critical issues and anything that is unclear. Ask follow-up questions to make sure that you have all of the information. Don't hesitate to update or expand on any answer. And give the taxpayer your full attention and don't look at the computer while talking to them. Here's a chart of things you should and should not do. If you see discrepancy, what do? In some cases, the information is just unclear, sometimes there is a full discrepancy, and sometimes it just doesn't add up. Other than W-2s and other income documents issued to the taxpayer, most information on the intake sheet does not need to be substantiated by documentation. Reasonable information is accepted based on the taxpayer's word. This includes deductions and health insurance coverage. If there appears to be some sort of discrepancy or something seems unreasonable, be sure to talk it out. Often, taxpayers are just confused. If questionable items can't be resolved by discussion, refer to your site coordinator. In some cases, they may determine that the best course of action is to refuse to complete the tax return. Let's recap. Here's what you need to remember. Use the intake sheet on every return and use it correctly. Talk to the taxpayer. The form can't do it all. And besides, talking to them, that's the fun part. Know what you're doing and be sure to stay in your certification level and don't guess. And always, always, always have everything double checked. Your quality reviewer has your back. We'll end with a knowledge check. This is part of our video series talking about talking to the taxpayer. And up next, Module 1D, Quality Review.